Usher, welcome.
I'll try to be as quick as possible.
No, you say what you want to say. Those other two guys flunked the test already, so don't worry about it.
What's a testimony? Thank you, Chairman Miller, very much, and Chairwoman McCarthy, so much for this incredible opportunity to invite me to be a part of this testimony to the House Education and the committee. I'm truly honored to be here today to discuss issues that deeply are relevant to our nation. As evident from President Obama's address last night, I take a personal hand in saying that this is a priority to me, to empower youth to become more active in their communities through community service. When I was a child, I attended the Boys and Girls Club of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This was my first real exposure to community service. It was empowering. It made me realize that I could truly make a difference no matter what my age was. And the youth today is no different. When I stand on stage and see young fans, I'm blown away by their energy, but I'm also excited to get off the stage and see them serving in their communities, making a difference. They call this generation, my generation, the millennials. Well, I call them Generation S, a generation of service-minded youth leaders ready to serve, and together we're ready to change the world. 10 years ago, I started my organization, the New Look Foundation, because I had not forgotten the early lessons about service. I didn't just want to write a check, but yet wanted to be hands-on. As a young organization, I found many opportunities to positively impact lives of others, rather calling on youth to serve in the Gulf Coast or providing rent and utilities assistance to over 750 families after Katrina and Rita. The one thing we recognize is that youth today have incredible potential, drive and determination, but they need an opportunity and they need the tools to succeed. Our signature program through my foundation, Camp New Look, was created to provide youth in underserved communities with some of the tools and opportunities to do so. At Camp New Look, we have not only exposed 250,000 youth to the business side of the sports and entertainment industry, but seek to mentor them in gaining careers in these multi-billion-dollar industries. We empower them to increase their economic status and careers in these industries that they love, music, sports, and entertainment. We guide them to higher education, shadowing, and internship opportunities. We show them options that they did not know exist. Along their path of career exploration, they'll learn to work as a team, take risks as leaders, and to respond to their communities. James Harris used his skills learned at Camp New Look to enroll into college, to become a leader and a future entrepreneur, as you can hear. And as I've noticed, him to become one of our next music industry moguls. All New Look did was give him the opportunity and the tools to succeed, and he did the rest. But there's so many more kids who need help, who need the tools and opportunities to succeed. For every young person we help, there's thousands more who are waiting to be reached. And that's why I felt compelled to be here today to offer my service to national service. On September the 11th, which I happened to be there, I was honored to be a part of the Service Nation Committee. I was brought together with hundreds of people who discussed how national service could address some of our nation's most pressing issues. I led a workshop with a group of over 100 youth leaders across the country to discuss how we could encourage and engage youth to become more active in their communities. I made a pledge to them that I would be their voice if I had the chance to, so I'm here today. And I want to share a little bit of what we talked about in those meetings. One, the need to engage more youth in service, to empower them with the tools needed to lead. Any true change always comes because people come together and make their voices heard. Well, young people have always been amongst the ones to have the loudest and the first to speak. Generation S is taking that to a new level because of their creativity, drive, and comfort in using technology to mobilize the masses. We should provide these resources to our school, in my opinion, to offer service learning programs where young people can take their idealism and turn it into action while they're learning to do it. Generation S will find ways to share their experiences and feelings through technology, spreading their ideas across the country and around the world. 2, we need to change the perspective of service within these underserved communities. Far too many young people live in places where it's hard, and the notion that service is that of a sentence being handed down from a judge should change. It should be something that is gratifying to be able to do. But we have to support innovative ideas that are outside of the box to address some of these critical issues in our underserved communities, like the dropout crisis and poverty. Youth begin to serve and be positive role models in the communities and help influence their peers to start thinking and living life in a different way, to make better choices, and to stay in school, to feel more connected and work together through education. Service is an incredible thing, and it should be something that is not only just the right thing to do, but the cool thing to do. Don't you guys agree? Last but not least, other organizations like City Years, Service America, AmeriCorps, and Hands On, I recognize these individuals because they've been a part of developing youth groups to succeed in life. And as I've shared with you, I've seen it firsthand. As I continue to do so with my organization, I advise that other organizations do the same, to open opportunities to those kids, those people, those youth, to unleash that energy and to help make our communities stronger. We can direct their passion for service and reward and support them by providing them with aid in college, grants, service hours, completion, stipend, and encouraging corporations and colleges to match funds for the received service. I can't think of a greater contribution to our communities than our time, and not a greater reward for that time than a return investment in our future. I'll close with this. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "The time is always right due to what is right." Dr. Martin Luther King, I pass this back to you. Generation S is ready to do the right thing, and the right time is now. Today, on behalf of Generation S, a generation of service-minded youth leaders, I'm here, and all we need is a chance and an opportunity, and we will serve.